Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. This rundown is going out to our buddy Warko A, who joined me on the set of EP Live yesterday. Thank you so much. It was a fantastic birthday celebration in the show, and you were a big part of it, buddy. And remember, you can join us to watch the show live and in person right here at the VFS Cafe in downtown Vancouver at 390 West Hastings Street. We'll be back with a brand new EP Live on February 18th, and we'd love to see you here. This rundown's also going out to our pal Quiet Lion Gaming, who's a new supporter of the channel. Thank you so much. Let's get started with your rundown. It looks like Aquaman fans have plenty of fish in the sea when it comes to upcoming movies. A sequel to the recent superhero blockbuster has begun moving forward at Warner Brothers in D.C. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the studio has closed a deal with the first film screenwriter David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick to begin crafting a sequel script, with director James Wan in talks to return as producer. The reporter claims that it's unclear at this point if Wan will also be back to direct, and given the billion-dollar success of the first film, he's a big fish that the studio probably wants back. This isn't the only new Aquaman movie on the way. Earlier this week, reports surfaced that Warner Brothers is developing an Aquaman spin-off focusing on the film's terrifying underwater trench, although no word on which of the two new movies will be the first to surface. Yeah, I mean, when you have an awesome success like Aquaman, it's not a very big surprise that everybody wants to put some more money in to see if more money will come out. And I think Momoa was solid as this superhero. I think the Aquaman movie was a lot of fun. It kind of bludgeoned you over the head until you enjoyed it, but that was okay. I did enjoy it. I did have a good time watching all of these different permutations and celebrations of film through the era that we got with Aquaman, and I thought that was pretty cool. James Wan is a very, very, very good director, and I think he's a great choice for any sequels, but I think also James Wan should be able to do whatever he wants to do at this point. He has made lots of money and lots of success for film studios, but Aquaman, honestly, cool character, lots to mine. And it will be very interesting to see, what comes out of all of this. And of course, we're starting to wonder what Warner Brothers and DC have got up their sleeve for the other superheroes they've got. The new Battle Royale game, Apex Legends, is an even bigger hit than you might have thought. Respawn Entertainment has announced that the Titanfall spin-off has earned more than 25 million players in its first week. That number includes all three platforms, the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. As for concurrent players, Apex Legends saw a peak of 2 million people playing at the same time over the weekend. This isn't the first big milestone. The game boasted 1 million players in its first day and 10 million by the end of the third day, so now that it's at 25 million after a week, there's no telling how much higher it will go. The success has been especially positive for publisher EA, whose stock had been declining but has turned around dramatically since the game's release. It's worth pointing out that Apex Legends is the first big project from Respawn since EA bought the studio in 2017, so the publisher is probably very happy about their investment right now. Looking ahead, the first big wave of new content for the game will be landing next month when Season 1 kicks off, with Respawn CEO Vince Zampella saying players can expect new legends, weapons, and loot. Yeah, this is just the beginning for a whole new era of Electronic Arts, and I think there are going to be lots of big lessons learned from the success of this game, and clearly everybody at Respawn has been paying attention to the Battle Royale phenomenon and realized that they've got the chops to compete very dramatically and effectively in this space. I've been hearing from a lot of friends across the industry that just freaking love this game, and of course we're all very curious to see what's going to be happening with Titanfall 3 and the new Star Wars game that they've got coming out, but Respawn all of a sudden is probably the most valuable studio that EA has got going. It's very interesting. It's also interesting that this game is getting all of this hype and love and attention in the same month that Anthem is coming out for BioWare. And so very quickly here, all eyes are going to be at Anthem and Anthem's sales figures and the launch success. Certainly if Anthem doesn't sort of meet those expectations and those numbers, I think we're going to see Apex Legends become a factor in a lot of those conversations. And speaking of Anthem, EA is pulling out all the stops to promote its new sci-fi game. The new BioWare adventure Anthem is getting a live-action short film from District 9 director Neil Blomkamp. Titled Conviction, the short takes place decades before the events of the game and will tell a story of survival, although it's unclear how closely the events depicted in the short will tie in with the story content of the game. Blomkamp created the short through his production company Oat Studios, which he set up in 2017 with a specific intention to create short films that could potentially be turned into feature-length movies. That could mean if Anthem is a success, EA might try to get Blomkamp on board to helm a film adaptation, but we'll have to wait and see. The short debuts on Thursday and Anthem hits stores next week. I am so excited about this. I'm a huge Neil Blomkamp fan. I love BioWare. I can't wait to play this game. I haven't touched it really except for my hands-on at E3 last year, and I hope it's fantastic. I really do. I hope the short is fantastic, I have a lot of faith in Neil Blomkamp. He knows this space. He knows how to create robots and science fiction that feels very rooted and very grounded. It's a safe bet that we're going to see a very cool short film, but I think we're all starting to wonder if the caliber of BioWare is going to be exemplified by the quality of Anthem. I really hope it is. My heart was broken when Mass Effect Andromeda didn't turn out to be the game that we all wanted it to be, but I really hope Anthem just crushes it. I hope it's fantastic. Now, another futuristic game is going to have some online trouble when it launches this week. Microsoft has confirmed that Crackdown 3 will not let players join their friends in its online multiplayer component, at least not at first. Players noticed that they were unable to invite or join their friends during the beta test last week, and this is a problem that Microsoft says they won't be able to fix in time for the game's launch. The good news is that Microsoft says that they will have the problem fixed soon, although they haven't given a more precise time frame. Crackdown 3 lands this Friday, and I can't talk about it. I'm playing it right now. I can't talk about it, but a review is coming. I've only been able to access the single-player campaign. I didn't check out the multiplayer test yet. I'm very curious to see how the multiplayer handles, but boy, what a troubled development cycle this game has had. We've been waiting for years and years, and it's been hyped and then pulled back and delayed, and it's finally upon us. And I can't say anything more. I can't tell you how I feel about this game. You're just going to have to stay tuned. We'll have a review up very soon. The PlayStation 5 is right around the corner, and Sony is doubling down on their online service. Sony has announced a major executive shakeup, which they say is meant to expand the PlayStation network. Starting in April, PlayStation Europe chief Jim Ryan will take over as president of Sony's entire global video game operation, Sony Interactive Entertainment, while the current president, John Codera, will take a new role to develop and expand the PlayStation network and other online services. In a statement, Codera talks about the need to evolve the PSN into a bigger online entertainment platform suitable for video and music content as well as games, which they see as the next phase of their business. With the next-gen PlayStation 5 expected to be unveiled later this year, this could mean that the new console will have a strong emphasis on the PSN and other online services like cloud streaming. The new console is also rumored to be fully backwards compatible with every previous PlayStation console, which would obviously give the system a huge library of digital titles. Expect more details soon. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a little while here on EP, that anything in the future is going to be all about collecting as much of that archive content as possible and giving people a ton of material to surf through. Very much in the mold of Netflix and its sort of irrefutable access point into people's lives. People just went, well, it's $8 a month and I have all of these different things that I can choose from. It wasn't until there was a lot of competition and a lot of eyes and the stock price really started to rise with Netflix that they said, no, we've got to heavily invest in all kinds of brand new content. And presumably Sony wants to do that too. They want to have all of these subscriptions be a part of PlayStation's future, and that will fuel a lot of in-house development. Although, to be fair, that is the reason why PlayStation 4 is kicking so much butt. Sony has spent a lot of money on first-party titles, and they've been really, really good. The importance of an excellent online presence has become even more paramount and even more important for companies like PlayStation, and we're going to see that same thing happen with Xbox, and we're going to see that same thing happen with Nintendo. Very interesting days. The video game industry never stops moving, never stops changing, and that's why it's so much fun to talk about it. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new rundown for you. And remember, next week, EP Live returns on February 18th. We'd love it if you came down to the VFS Cafe space here in Vancouver. That's at 390 West Hastings Street. If you can't come down and watch it in person, you can watch it on the stream right here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for pressing that like button. Thanks for checking out our merch at epn.tv/merch. We'll see you soon. Play forever.